live? Okay. Focus.
Hello, everyone. This is Charlene, and figured I would bring you all along with a little bit of gardening work today. This is a list of things that I wanted to get done in the garden today. It's a long list, so let's see how much I can actually get accomplished. It's a beautiful Sunday afternoon, so really looking forward to getting some tasks done in the garden and getting things set up. One of the first things I need to do is switch out the washers on my hose in the backyard so I can get that taken care of. So I basically do that because I have hard water where I live, and these can get kind of gross. So I try to switch them out every year so I don't have any issues with my hose or my hoses, which you'll see later on in the video. I had a problem with my hose in the front yard, but I'll deal with that issue later another time. So today, one of the things that I'm going to start off doing is refreshing my pots out in the front, basically just laying in some fresh new soil and giving it a little bit of a granular fertilizer in the pots. They're slow release fertilizers, so they'll be fed throughout the season or the first couple of months at least. And then topping it off with some mulch. This is not a sponsored video, so these are just some products that I use that I do like. Sometimes I switch it up. Sometimes it depends on what's on sale. So just FYI for you. This is my lavender plant right here, and sometimes I'll plant a hot pepper plant in with that lavender. And this is one of my pots where a few years ago I planted in about 10 gladiola bulbs, and they have grown exponentially. So at the end of the season, I am going to have to pull these bulbs and move some bulbs around, so I don't have so many bulbs in this pot. But I'm also taking this opportunity to pull some of the weeds that have grown up in the pots. Again, just topping off with some nice fresh soil, a little bit of fertilizer sprinkled in, granular fertilizer sprinkled in, and topping it off with some mulch. And this pot right here is my rosemary plant. So this is so satisfying when these pots are all refreshed and ready for the new season. Now this pot has my euphorbia and some hyacinth that are done for the season. So I cut out the hyacinth, and this euphorbia has grown so well in this pot. Now in this pot, I'm growing my Russian sage, so that one's really gonna get some nice growth on it later in the season. I planted in some crocuses. I'm a bit underwhelmed by them, so I think I'm gonna move them to another spot in the garden at the end of the season. And I'm gonna put some petunias in this pot to really fill out nicely. And of course, for me, the garden is not ready until you put up the wind chimes. And so now I am moving on to a couple of herbs that I have growing in some pots in the back. One is rosemary and the other is thyme. This one is a rosemary plant that I pulled from a pot in the back, and I decided to plant it out front. One, to give it some more space, and two, this is a pretty good spot. I'm hoping this will work in the yard or in the garden in the front, where it doesn't get, I won't say it's dry, but it's a little bit of a drier space. It doesn't get too wet here, and it's in a full sun position in the front. So I'm going to see if I can get this rosemary to bush out in this spot. And this is the spot where I'm going to put the thyme. I usually plant a couple of hot pepper plants here, but this year I'm not going to do it because I have a artichoke plant that is long story. Anyways, I'm dealing with this artichoke plant right now. But anyway, I'm getting the thyme out of the pot that is kind of cracking and falling apart, and quite frankly was infested with ants. That was a lot of fun to find out when I had a bunch of ants crawling up my arm. So I'm giving the thyme a nice haircut and planting it out front.
Okay, so as usual, I was a bit over ambitious with my list. However, set high goals and you'll accomplish much. I didn't get a few things done, but that's okay. I'm not behind. I still have plenty of time. Where I live, 7B, I'm in the mid-Atlantic area, and I have a good growing season. So at some point through this week, I'll just work on some other parts of my list. But right now, I think I'm just going to water in. And since, as you all saw, my nozzle, which I think I bought last year, I don't know why the one in the front is failing me. The one in the back is fine. So I think what I'm going to do, I got to go out and buy a new nozzle for the front. Probably not today, may do it tomorrow. So what I'll do is just go ahead, water everything in the back that I need to, and then just take that nozzle off and use it in the front. I could still use the nozzle in the front, honestly, but it's just a mess, and quite frankly, it's a waste of water, and I'd rather not do that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and water everything in, because I don't think we're gonna get much rain this week, and the rain we were supposed to get last week in my area didn't happen. So I'm just gonna finish out this video with some watering. Thank you all for watching, and if you get a chance, like this video, feel free to comment, give me some insight in what you all are doing as you're preparing and getting into the growing season. I would love to see what you all are growing and what you all are doing, and if you have any tips, by all means feel free to share, because I am not a gardening expert. I'm just a chick who learned that she liked to garden a few years ago and decided to make a video out of it. So anyways, have fun watching me water. Talk to y'all later. Have a good one. See you in the next video. Bye.